What's up, everyone? It's been a great weekend for Pokemon GO PvP. Niantic made some very exciting announcements during the World Championships regarding a killer moveset update and form-changing attacks. Honestly, I'm surprised. Niantic is cooking. However, as always with Niantic, there's a but. With a single T. And I had some folks reaching out about my thoughts on this, so I figured I may as well make a video. I haven't done this in a while, but it also gives me a good chance to finally talk about the allegations. And well, unfortunately, they are true. Contrary to my previous statements on this matter, I did in fact not get selected for the 2024 Paris Olympics. And the real reason I haven't been making any videos for the past 4 or 5 months is because, well, simply put, I just got bored with the game. I haven't done a single GBL or caught a single Pokemon for ever since I made this video, pretty much. So like 4 months now, except for GoFest. I did hang out with some folks on GoFest, and that was fun. And I haven't completely stopped battling. I helped a couple friends scrim for the World Championships, and I'm still in some team tournaments because it's a good way to still keep in touch with the community, of course. But overall, my playtime has gone from maybe an hour or 2 a day, or probably more, to opening the game once a week for a single best of 3. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just got bored. You know, I've been playing the game for a very, very, very long time, even through some of its dark ages where we had a ton of bugs, and there's still so many bugs in the game. I used to have a lot of hope that the game would get fixed. Even after my big break, like last year, I thought, maybe they're doing good stuff now. Maybe they'll fix it, but no, you know. There's still so many issues left that I don't think they'll ever fix it. And once I realized that, all my passion for the game just disappeared. So yeah, I'm not really playing the game much anymore, and I do not expect I'll be coming back to the game anytime soon, unless Niantic really steps up. Yeah, we'll talk about that in this. Okay, continuing with the good stuff. Okay, the good stuff. The World Championships. Good stuff. It was good stuff. You know, I think TPCI is killing it. I mean, this season they announced championship points, which I think was really great for the Pokemon GO scene. Allowed a lot of players to go to the World Championship, and we got some very exciting matches here. If you didn't see any of the World Championships, by the way, I do highly recommend you check out the highlights. Some of my favorite matches during the World Championships was this set between Marto Gald and Basti. You can find it in the GO Day 2 VOD at 3:15. Another great match is between Inadequance and Colin, two of my Dutch friends. They're battling at 3 hours into the GO Day 2 VOD. And then also the finals, winners finals, of course, also very good. But these are 2 matches I just wanted to highlight. And I mean, the battles were great, honestly, but also the production. Like, look at how much effort TPCI put into these overlays. It's cool, it's clean, it's awesome. Like, look at that transition, dude. I know maybe a lot of you don't care, but I care. They put a lot of effort into this, and it shows. I think TPCI really cares about the scene, and this is just another showcase of that. Another thing to show that is that this next season, they're expanding on the championship point system and are now giving travel awards to international championships based on like the top players of a previous quadrant, pretty much. I'm not 100% aware of the specifics. I haven't really read into it 100%, but I know Pokemon GO is pretty much on par with TCG and VGC as of right now, which is insane. Like, TPCI is really doing good stuff for the Pokemon GO competitive scene, and that's awesome. That's awesome. Just one more thing about the production as we're getting into this match. Like, look at what they've done with the teams here. Like, it's kind of crop weird, so I'll keep it small. But like, once the battle starts, they start entering the Pokemon, and they show up on the side here, like all big and stuff, with still the other 3 Pokemon on the side. It's good stuff. They're doing good stuff. I know these are just small things, but they add up, and it really shows that TPCI cares about Pokemon Go competitive scene, which is awesome. Now it's just Niantic's turn to do some stuff, and I mean they did. They honestly did with this announcement of the big shakeup. Next season's PvP changes. By the way, shout out to Galix for this amazing image of the update. I won't go into it too deep because there's a bunch of videos on that. But the general vibe I get of this update is that they're getting rid of the old guard and in with the new. And not just that, they didn't just nerf every single good or previously good Pokemon and buff some bad Pokemon. I think they did it in a very smart way, where they nerfed a lot of the attacks that a lot of the like bulky Titans get, and buffed the attacks that are not so common. For example, we see right here, Body Slam nerfed. This is awesome. Licky Tongue. Very, very annoying Pokemon in the previous meta, because it's bulky, it has fast move pressure with Lick, and it's super, super spammy Body Slam. Now Licky Tongue won't be as good. Counter, another attack that has pretty much been the main move on every single team for seasons upon seasons. They nerfed it, but they didn't get rid of fighting types completely. Now we got Karate Chop, an attack that is not as present on a lot of Pokemon. If we go to the rankings here, by the way, shout out to PV Poke for already giving us rankings of these with Pokemon with these new attacks and buffed attacks. Of course, this is still speculation. We don't know all the stats just yet, but this is as close as we can get. If you look at Counter, dang, Counter sucks now. Let's just go back to the previous season. Like a lot of bulky Pokemon or have counter. Like Polarette's bulky has counter. Medicham is bulky, has counter. And Deoxys is bulky, has counter. Himmeltop bulky has counter. It's very difficult to balance the game when so many Pokemon, especially the bulk Pokemon, have counter. Because bulk is just king here. And if you don't do a big rebalance like this, where you just hamstring these bulky Pokemon completely, the meta will never really change. But now, by getting like nerfing counter, they've just destroyed some of these bulky Pokemon like Medicham, like Poliwrath, and I think that's great. Like the Pokemon that have Karate Chop right now, like they're not really that bulky. Like what's the bulkiest Pokemon here? Like Machamp, Pangoro maybe, and that's a good thing. I think having squishy Pokemon high up in the meta is a good thing, because it allows for much more dynamic matches. And, you know, that is kind of the vibe here. They're nerfing a lot of the bulky Pokemon. I mean, Steel Wing, Skarmory nerf. That's great. Wing Attack nerfs a Gligar. I'm not sure if I love that Gligar's getting a nerf, because it's been the only Steel Grass Core Breaker, Steel Grass Fighting Core Breaker. However, I can see why they did it, because they also nerfed Bastion, they nerfed Razor Leafers, they nerfed Steel types, like Registeel with his Zap got a nerf. So, like, there may not really be a reason for Gligar anymore. So getting rid of it in the meta, I think that's fine. They nerfed Rock Slide, another one of those really powerful attacks that was on a lot of Pokemon. They've now nerfed it, which opens up the way for more niche attacks like Power Gem to shine, which they can now add to more squishy Pokemon to enter the meta. I'm not sure if I'm making much sense here, but it makes sense. They also buffed Fire Spin, which is another one of those attacks which is not on a lot of very good Pokemon right now, except for Alola Marowak. And they could potentially add Fire Spin to more Pokemon after this as well. So yeah, they nerf Surf, you know, Lantern nerf, they nerf Sky Attack, goodbye Altaria. It's good stuff. And then these attacks they're adding to Pokemon, I think, are very well thought out. None of these Pokemon are like insanely bulky. So none of these Pokemon will be trouble for the meta. I think the only Pokemon I'm like, maybe this Pokemon didn't need another attack is Tropius. Because it's not a very accessible Pokemon. And it's bulky, which means it could cause havoc in the meta. But I think, again, it's a very well thought out change, because they buffed Alola Marowak significantly with a Fire Spin buff, with a Bone Club buff. Alola Marowak will be there And Tropius, with Brutal Swing, is going to be one of the few grass types that has play against it. That's smart. I think previously I've been quite critical at Niantic's move updates because they felt a lot like they're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. I mean, they freaking gave Whiscash Scold the same update. They nerfed Breaking Swipe on Silex. Like, it's like they kept making the same mistakes over and over again. But now they've actually done a well thought out and bold update. This update is very, very bold. Some of your favorite Pokemon may be extremely bad now. Look at Vigoroth, rank 349. That's crazy. Lickitung, okay, it's still gonna have play, but it's not gonna be insane anymore. Bastiodon got nerfed, okay, it's still gonna be alright. But there's definitely some Pokemon that will just not be good anymore. And previously, Niantic has been hesitant to nerf Pokemon that hard, which I understand. You don't want new players to constantly have to make new Pokemon, you know? That's kind of off-putting, but it is what's necessary to balance the meta, I think. And with this update, you know, nerfing a lot of the moves that are heavily used by overpowered Pokemon and buffing a lot of the moves that are used by underpowered Pokemon, they've laid the groundwork for a lot of future moveset updates as well. I think even if I think this meta looks okay. It could be better. I think there may be some like RPS scenarios here still. I mean, we've got Pokemon like Jumpluff and you know, Golurk in here, which will be pretty good, but they are quite RPS. We got Golurk and Clodsire, which could be kind of RPS. Carbon Clodsire could be pretty RPS. So there's still some RPS here, but I think with the things they've done here, it has laid the groundwork for future moveset updates, which is very nice, which is I think a good thing. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. I'm sorry, I know this video is chaos. I've not scripted any of this. I hope it makes sense. But yeah, one more thing I want to talk about was Swift. When I looked at Swift, I was like, that's a mistake. Buffing Wigglytuff, they're obviously trying to get rid of some of the, you know, fast move beatdown teams here by nerfing Smackdown and Razor Leaf. But now they've buffed Swift, which is pretty much just a Wigglytuff buff. One of the best Charmers. However, I think it's smart. I actually do think it's smart because they've buffed a lot of Ghost types. They've buffed a lot of Dark types. What beats Dark and Ghost types? Previously, mainly like Obstagoon, like Scrafty, but Counter is nerfed. What's the next best thing? Wigglytuff. So again, it seems like they're thinking. That's nice. That's nice. That's really, really, really nice. They're also thinking about reducing the switch timer, it seems, which I think is great. PvPoke posted a tweet about this, saying that the median one-shoot matchup in Great League takes 61 seconds. So that pretty much means that most matchups, you're not going to be able to get out in time before the switch timer, before your Pokemon is gone, pretty much. But now with 50 seconds, all the matchups, you're going to be able to get out. Personally, I think they should reduce it even more, but they've said this is a test. They might do that. So I think it's a very, very good thing. And overall, this will cause a lot of matches to be much more dynamic, which is great. Now, next thing. Something hungry is coming to Pokemon Go. Form-changing attacks. This is crazy. I mean, we don't know how it's going to be implemented just yet, but it could be awesome. It could be awesome. This is like the first, I would say, big change we've had to PvP mechanics for a while. And it comes in the form of more Peko, who has an attack, what is it called? Aura Wheel, which changes Morpeko into Hangry mode, which I don't know what it does, dude. I have no clue. But look how cute it is. Oh, it's so cute. And this, oh, wow. Okay. Looking at, it looks like it has Bite, which is bad. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but this opens the door for Aegislash as well, you know, going from shield and attack form for other form-changing Pokemon like Palafin, and that could be huge for strategy in this game, which is awesome. So yeah, this is great. This is great. So great, in fact, that we have some high-profile trainers, retired trainers, considering going back to the game. We got Wadaj here. For those of you that don't know Wadaj, he was pretty much the best player in the game like a year ago. Third in the World Championship. Third or second? Was he second? Third. No, he was third. He won the North American International Championship. He won several regionals. He won the Silph World Championship. This guy... Like, honestly, if he continued playing, he could have been the best player of all time. He may still be the best player of all time, but he quit. He didn't even go to Worlds this year. His third place finish was last year. But he's coming back. He's coming back. I used to pray for times like these. Facts, dude. This move update is crazy. However, okay, and now we're heading into the bad, okay? And now we're heading into the bad. Now we're heading into the reason why I'm still not, like, insanely excited for this, because ultimately it's still kind of a band-aid, okay? The core issues in the game still persist. I've made so many videos of, maybe not so many videos, but I've given a lot of feedback to Niantic directly, and I've made several videos exploring all the bugs or explaining all the bugs in this game over the years. This was my latest one. It was like 7 months ago. And I was these are a lot of the bugs I talked about in this video were already in the game for years. And I know for a fact that many of these still have not been fixed. Damage registration error, not been fixed. One turn lag, not been fixed. Frame drops, not been fixed. In fact, frame drops were fixed for like 2 days. 2 days. In some update I did last month. And then 2 days after I dropped that update, it was unfixed, and the game was worse than ever. Crazy. Go Plus Crash. I think they did fix that. Don't quote me on that. I have not been playing that much, so I'm not 100% aware of the bugs in the game currently. I do know that there have been some new ones added, and the game overall when I play it is not very smooth. As also, Mr. Accent says here in this video, I watched this. The game is in a pretty dire state right now, and Niantic does not seem to want to admit it for some reason. You know, if they were just like, yeah, guys, it's a latency thing. You know, phones they're shit, and Android is just never gonna work correctly. I would have been like, okay, that's fine. But they're just straight up lying. Is the problem? They're straight up lying. We got the known issues page here, which was updated 90 days ago, with bugs here put as resolved, which are still in the game. Fast attacks sometimes prevent charge attacks from working. We know that as DRE. Issue status resolved. I can tell you right now, it's not resolved. What else? Force swaps sometimes cause opposing trainers to miss a turn. That's not solved. I'm about to show you a video of the World Championships where this issue occurs. It's definitely not resolved. Now, luckily, okay, in these competitive tournaments, they're playing on iPhones, they're playing on good connection, and the bugs are way less common than if you're playing at home. So for the competitive scene, they are luckily not as impactful, but they are definitely still impactful. And I have a couple examples for you here. There are many videos I could pull up, but I just decided to go with these. First off, we have a match in the North American International Championship between Out of Pocket and Trip Tondo. Trip Tondo is about to throw the Moonblast here into the Vigoroth. It's gonna put the Vigoroth at 1 HP, okay? And since Altaria, and it has a Rock Slide already, since Altaria has a 1-turn fast attack with Dragon Breath, the Dragon Breath should register before the Rock Slide. Okay, maybe that's not entirely true. I think it's true, but I know there's some controversy between what is the intended behavior here. Some people are very adamant about that the Rock Slide should go off. However, it is just a straight up fact that 90+% of the time, I would dare to say like 98% of the time, the Dragon Breath hits before the Rock Slide, and the Vigoroth does not, or the Vigoroth goes down before it can throw a charge. That is what you would expect to happen here, but Out of Pocket gets off the Rock Slide. This, you can see it in Trip Tondo's face. This is not supposed to happen. Well, again, not supposed. It's kind of subjective, but it is an error in the behavior of the game, I would say. And this causes Out of Pocket to win this match. It causes Triptana to use a shield, and the game ends up being pretty close, but Out of Pocket wins it. Doesn't even just win this match. Out of Pocket wins the North American International Championship. And I'm not saying all of this to discredit Out of Pocket, by the way. Out of Pocket was one of my favorites to win the tournament heading in to it. An incredible player, has shown his prowess in many, many, many tournaments, and I'm sure even if Triptana would have won this game 2, Out of Pocket would have likely won game 3, just because Out of Pocket is so good. And he showed that again at the World Championship as well, by the way, because he got 5th. But truth is that these things happen, and they affect matches, they affect tournaments, and we see it again, where Out of Pocket is here on the bad side of the bug. In this winner semifinals versus Marto Gold. Marto is gonna throw a Shadow Ball into the Skarmory here. Then Pocket's gonna bring out his own Annihilate, and he's gonna lag a turn. He's gonna lag a turn here. Again, Niantic says this stuff is resolved, right? 4 swaps sometimes cause the opposing trainer to miss a turn. Resolved. Oh, Pocket misses a turn, which makes him unable to CMP tie on this Night Slash here. Marto Gold now throws the Night Slash here. Doesn't just get rid of the Night Slash. Oh, actually, I think he gets a boost here. Yeah, he gets a boost on the second one, which is stupid, because Pocket could have probably prevented this if he was able to throw the Night Slash. And now he's going to take some boosted counters as well. This just puts Pocket in a very, very bad spot. Pocket, by the way, this is the 3rd game. He ends up losing this match. I am not sure if that hadn't happened, if he would have won. This is more of an ambiguous situation, but still, doesn't help. It really, really doesn't help. And it doesn't help either that Niantic is just straight up lying about this stuff on their own Go Battle League known issues page. So yeah. Anyway. In summary, Niantic TPCI is really cooking with what they're doing with the Play Pokemon series for Pokemon Go. Niantic is also cooking right now with the move update. Like, honestly, it is really freaking good stuff. Props for that. But dang, they gotta get their act together on all the core issues of the game if they really want to make this game grow. And honestly, that's why I'm making this video. I still care about the people playing this game, you know, even though I'm not really gonna play myself. I still hope that this game gets, you know, the attention it deserves, because I think it's a fun game. And I think the way to do that is to solve this stuff, or at least be honest about it. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.